Now let's dive deep into this big LGBT story for today. I'm Leos, and let's queer up the USA view. Hypocrisy on parade. MAGA pride to take place at Trump Tower. In a move that's turning heads and stomachs, the log cabins Republicans are hosting a pride ride party inside Trump Tower on June 28th. Yes, the same Trump Tower owned by the man whose administration stripped LGBTQ protection, erased queer history from national platforms, and banned pride flags from embassies. Tickets to this new NYC event, priced at $175, promise open bar, appetizers, and maybe a glimpse of MAGA darlings like Ric Grenell or George Santos, while drag queens and queer kids are under attack. These GOP conservatives will be sipping Cosmos in the skyscraper. Last month, the official Log Cabin Republicans Twitter account reshared a New York Times article about brands pulling back sponsorship on New York Pride. The tweet said, quote, "The gig is up. Companies no longer want to be part of radical leftist, Democrat, anti-Trump, gender theory-obsessed ideological display that Pride has become. America is healing," end quote. So let's recap. They bash Pride, beg to be included, and wave Pride flags while backing policies that burn them. So Pride is bad, and Pride right is good. That seems to be the celebration at Trump Tower, the Log Cabin Republicans, to celebrate the June 28th Stonewall Riots that took place just 3 miles away in 1969. Happy Pride! Well, I guess I'm all for celebration and fun, but this seems a little fishy and seems like another opportunity to profit on his power and, trying to become a leader of this movement. MAGA Pride.
I mean, I don't even know if there's any real Log Cabin Republicans left at this point. I mean, most of their leadership basically went on just exile themselves when the organization endorsed Trump in 2024, despite what he promised to do to the LGBTQ plus community. This looks like essentially a Potemkin village, a false front. Like, oh, there are gays for Trump. Remember that ridiculous stunt that he pulled?
Swings for Trump, yeah.
I would be surprised if gay people outnumber straight people in that particular party. It's all about the grift. It's all about pretending to be something. It's all about casting an illusion to pretend that they care. And I mean, I am trying to be as polite as possible or else there will be 16 swear words coming out of me right now.
Well, don't worry. I think I can do it without swearing. I first want to say that, I think one of the wonderful things about this particular event is, when we talk about are LGBTQ people like straight people. Yes, we can both have grifters like George Santos, who will be there just a month before he has to check into prison, which I always think is kind of a hilarious thing to look at. But we all know that it's just a grift. I kind of almost agree with them on the corporations aren't sponsoring Pride, and I'm fine with that. If you think Pride is super lefty, I'm like, I hope Pride would be more lefty. But, I think this is an example where Pride flags shouldn't be everywhere. But I know someone that likes Pride flags. What do you think about this one?
Look, they have the right to have their own parties. We can't fault them. It's going to be much like the straight Pride. There'll be 2 people that shows up. And that's a fact. So, go have fun, more power to you, collect the money that you will. Do I agree that, we need to be looking at the corporations that sponsor Pride? I mean, sure, we've all had this argument for years now that, certain corporations show up only during Pride Month and then leave once June is gone. However, let's not forget that the Republicans crashed Grindr.
During RNC.
Regardless of when, they did it,
But the Grindr bus isn't going to this event.
No, maybe it should. Grindr bus, maybe you should actually add the stop and park right out front of Trump Tower and have a party right on their doorstep and invite them all to come down and take pictures so we can see who they are. And as Alex says, let's make them make that their LinkedIn profile pictures so we can then call a hypocrite to their face. And that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.